got it going here.
Yeah, I should have just sent it over through your email.
Oh, I thought I had one on already. I'm clicked on to Google.
Oh, no. I don't know why it does that, but Google wants you to use everything Google. That's not, it defaults it. I use Zoom. They don't care.
Gotcha. Bam. My sports talk off.
Let me see. I should have just emailed it to you. If you don't see it, it might be coming
I
in
got
still.
it. I clicked the button.
Got it.
All right.
There we go. I'm going to hang up on you here. Can you hear me?
There we are. What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Man, you guys blew my phone up. Real quick before we get started, let me explain the debacle. The $4,000, that was like from my pay. So I advanced that and I told him, I said, hey, hold that on my American Express so we can move forward with this and I can deduct it. So he did that. And then you sent it through. And then all of a sudden, all these leads hit, and then my para leads hit, and I'm like, well, dude, raise up the limit. He goes, look, Mac, you're at the max. You're at $7,000. I'm like, okay, well, hold on. So, I mean, what I was thinking, and you tell me, I mean, we're not dumping this program. This is awesome. This is what we've always wanted. But I've got to get money in the bank. I've already got the $6,000 set aside to pay my American Express bill down. I just got done asking for the third time for my admin guy to, excuse my French, fucking pay the bill so I can get this thing released and open it back up. Because that para leads, those are just as awesome. Well, not as awesome as yours, but the para leads, I mean, we're closing 50% of those. So between you and them, this is we're happy. And then I can't imagine what it's going to be like once you start doing the marketing for us. So I don't know what to tell you at this time, bro, but I mean, I should have it paid off here soon. I know you've heard the bill collection shit.
No. Look, it's not, I'm not hitting you up for the bill. That's not what this call is for. Like I figured, because you had told me in the beginning that it's going through corporate and they're the ones paying for it. Like they don't get it until they see the money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I sent that money. I mean, I took an advance from one of my pays and I said, here's $4,000. My son said, Dad, I want in, EJ. So he's like, Dad, I want in. This is awesome. So he did it, but he doesn't have a corporate card.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to do some finagling. And so, like I said, they're sitting on $6,000 right now. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of when they're going to apply it. Are they going to apply it the whole thing? I know they tapped it up to $7,000. I did dump a lot of things on there. Like I'm paying for things now that I really like. If I use you guys in para, I don't need HomeBot leads. I mean, HomeBot's awesome. It's a great little program, but they're not going to give me the results that between the two of you, you're going to get the majority of my business. I mean, bring me the majority of my business going forward here. So it's $200 I'd rather not spend. I got rid of Flowify. I don't know if you ever used Flowify, but man, it's good stuff. But I got to get that back on as soon as I can. But
Paraleads,
what was that now?
The Paraleads was the heroes thing, right?
It's kind of a weird thing. It's through the government. They're all state employees.
Yeah.
One or the other. And how he did it, I don't know, man. If you found out the back way into that dude, you could really tap into it because they go in and they've got all the emails. If you work for the state, he has your email. So he sends an email. It's not deceptive, but it looks like it's from the state. Hey, there's this guy. If you have any of these questions, here's the services. And they have financial advice, they have insurance rates, they have mortgage loan dudes, they have everything. Mm-hmm. And you click on and set the appointment. And it's like low-hanging fruit, bud. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, a guy's calling you saying, yeah, I want to know about interest rates right now. And actually, I've got 3 of them right now that are getting ready to do contracts. They're purchases, which is even better. I mean, a purchase over a refi, those are awesome because then I got something for a realtor to make him happy, man.
So we wanted to hear, just the reason for this call was to hear the numbers. right? So
Okay,
we've
let
been
me,
running it for about 2 weeks now. I wanted to know
gotcha,
how many applications you've taken and what's in process.
gotcha, gotcha. So what names do you have, or do you have the pipeline sheet? I can tell you what we're doing, what we've scheduled, and what we're currently working on.
Pull it up. For some reason, yours is not being tracked properly. Yeah. We're pushing this through.
Did a fun vacation or trip or whatever?
No, it's not a vacation. We moved. I moved to out of state.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yesterday was the first day we got here. This, if you can tell, there's nothing here. Like I set up my office in this little corner. We
Where
moved
you at?
to Nevada. We moved to Vegas.
Oh, there you go.
It's just temporarily we're renting. We were out in Texas Thursday to Sunday looking at properties to buy, but then the property taxes just, it couldn't make the numbers work for what we wanted. Because yeah, we wanted something where it's like, hey, look, if I'm gonna move to another state and I don't like it, I need to be able to turn it into a rental. But when you pay 80% of the mortgage in property taxes on a monthly basis, it doesn't fit. So
Oh, hell no.
yeah. So we ended up just kind of moving to Vegas.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hang on, for some reason I can't see because we were force pushing them to you. Is there a way to do this? Let me see, Mac. Because I know here we sent, without looking at the names,
Uh-huh.
I know there should have been about 14 transfers.
Yeah, and I can go over the list with you and who's apt and who were set up for appointments and everything if you want, if you have the names. So
Yeah. Hang on, let me get Kevin on the line real quick. Hey, are you there?
I like the idea that you have. I mean, there's another guy that was bugging me for a long time, but he wanted you to spend what you charge me. He wanted to do it every month, plus my ad spend. You know, so I guess it's taken back. It's kind of like a little bit different from you, but it was $4,000 a month from this guy. And same thing, call center, all that stuff. They were out of Florida, and I was going to use them, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I backed out because it's what they all try to do. Every one of them. I mean, I've done this. You're my fifth one that I've used. They all do a monthly charge, and they all want an ad spend. And the worst part is they don't put money in your pocket like you do to say, okay, now let's go spend some money and make more money and really grow on what you got. And it's like, I don't know what's so hard about figuring that out. How why are you gonna charge me a huge amount every month when I don't have money in the bank? You're taking it all. You're taking all my lead money. You're taking everything I have. You know, it's like, I don't understand how they even stay in business, but they do. A lot of guys use those other companies. So.
Well, it's not that. It's if it doesn't work, that's the way that they run it, right? So if it works so well, why not, let you money first?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple. If it works so well, and you're going to be a long-term client, why wouldn't I let you get a couple deals first?
Yeah.
Most
Put
of the
some money
time,
in the bank.
it's at best for it to work. So it's like, hey, if it doesn't work, no problem. At least we got us $4,000 for, I don't know, X number of months. Right. And if it does, great. Then we put that one time it worked on video as a testimonial. That's pretty much why I can't hang on. I can tell who talked with the forced calls with the reporting call point. I can't check it out. Yeah, can you pull me a list? Sorry, real quick.
No,
some of them. It's just we did yours a little bit differently, so I want to just see. Because our list is a little bit different here. You don't know, you wouldn't know off the top of your head how many we sent that ended up turning into applications to rough them out.
I keep a pipeline list on my email and on my flash drive. So I do have what you have, and I also have calendared, like I know Sullivan, that's calendared for, I think Friday. They were supposed to call him, supposed to go get his taxes done. Um, and then just had my son try to call Daniel Trujillo. That the call handoff link, something's wrong with it. When I press one, it just rings forever. I don't get anything.
Yeah, so some of those, there's two types that we're doing, right? One of them is we're actually just calling them. And then the other one is, hey, if somebody sends a message, we're just trying to connect you right away. So
Oh,
if
I
it's
got
a past client, yeah. So if it's a past client, we'll just try to connect you right away because odds are they already qualify,
you. Okay.
right? And it's just faster than doing a transfer, but sometimes they don't pick up.
Now I
So
couldn't tell. I think you guys sent me, and tell me if I'm wrong. Swaney, Swaney.
hang on, Swain Melody.
Melody, yeah, because it popped up on HomeBot, but it also popped up on you as a call this, not call, but it was a call transfer.
Yeah. See, for
She's
some
under,
reason, we're getting we're marking them as not interested. So I have it here. Do you have this list?
I do not.
Ours is showing.
I can pull that up. That's the one
Yeah.
you gave me the link to, right?
Yeah, because we've been pushing them too. So we're doing the call transfers and the force calls. So it's
What's
the tracking's a little bit buggy on my side.
here's one right now. Gee, it's Raphael here, bud. See, it doesn't ever pick up.
Weird. So it said they press 1 to connect.
Yeah, it's an automated voice comes on and says, hey, call some so-and-so.
Yeah.
You know, I hit 1 and it just rings and rings and rings and rings, no answer. But let me go over, how do I pull up that list you had? Is it in my, I think it's in my.
You know how there's that little what's it called? It's a sheet, or it's a little website with 3 things. It'll say the list, the ISA list.
Yeah, I've got it here somewhere. Here's your resource page. Is that it?
Yeah, the resource page.
Let's see. I think it's loading up, and then I go into support group or Airtable password.
Airtable.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let's see what the password is. Boom, got it. If you need to share a screen, I got it.
Okay, hang on. Pull it up. Can you just give me an idea of, if you could count just like how many apps you have and then how many's in process? That'll I'm going to work on this on the side so that I can get an understanding.
Okay, we apped and are working with Jonathan Farrell.
Mhm.
Serena Valenzuela, that was a referral already in process. So we were already working her and she's shopping. So I had already had her apped. And I think she just popped up on that list because that was my brand new point list. So, but I already had her before you guys transferred her over. In fact, she called me up like, what is this all about? So it was kind of funny. Let's see. Vivek, Grace, no. And yeah, Melody Swaney right there. That one's under application. And that one actually not only is under application, I just submitted her today for a cash out refi, debt consolidation. Ed Little, we didn't get it. Andrew Sullivan, we set an appointment. I think, isn't it Friday we're supposed to call him, EJ? Andrew? Yeah, I think Andrew Sullivan, we're supposed to call Friday to app. You want us to pull his credit yet, but I'm pretty sure we will. And he's also had his mom to agree to be on there if needed for a refi, because his rate's pretty bad. So, and let's see, there's Andrew Sullivan again, Randy. Randy Baca, just we haven't connected with her yet. I keep trying to call her. Devin Sanders, he's under application. He's actually under. I think EJ just submitted him for a refi. Anthony Miller, he's a guy that pops up on my radar about every 2 or 3 months, and he'll call me up and get all excited, and then all of a sudden he'll say, okay, well, I'm going to hold off a little bit, and click. It's like different kind of guy. I told EJ he's the first in my business. The hardest thing to do is what's called a manual underwrite. He was the first manual underwrite I did way back in like 2015 it was. So
got it.
So that Tiffany Castro, no, they're not. They were going to buy, and they were going to refi, and they decided just to stay put and not do anything. They own their own company, and their numbers are terrible. So I didn't want to hammer her credit against, so nothing happened there. Vivek, he's my investor buddy, man, and I really would like to reach out to him again. He's awesome. He's a good guy. He's excellent credit. He's already got like 4 homes under portfolio, and he wanted to add to it, and plus he wanted to add his son. But when I did the hot transfer, I didn't get a hold of him, and then I know his son ended up going to a new build, actually. I just remember that. But I know he's looking to buy more property, so I need to get him in the plate and get him an application for you guys, because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Martin Leon, I don't even remember Martin Leon. I think we tried to reach out to him, but I don't remember him. Grace Valenzuela, that don't think there's any application on her. She's I had her under app a while ago, but I've been working on her credit. It's a total shit show. It's like she's just one of these that I've been working with for about 3 months now, and her credit's a mess. So Jessica Burgess, I haven't heard from her in a long time, so we could get her. That'd be awesome. Marianne Chavez, another one, super sweet lady. She was actually in my referral network group way back when I first started in the industry back in 2012 or 2013, January 2013. She was in my first little referral tips group. But yeah, if you can reach out to her again. I know she went through a nasty divorce, and she's a hardworking lady. She's real sweet. She's an Avon lady. Works at a Olive Garden. She does a little bit of everything, man. So, but she'd be a good one for like a refi or purchase now that she's divorced.
How many of them did we actually app though?
I gave them to you. The ones that we actually apped were Melanie Swaney.
Hang on, Melanie Swaney. Okay, got that one.
Jonathan Burrell.
Jonathan Burrell. Hang on. Jonathan. I don't see him.
And I'm almost positive we have an app that I know that is Andrew Sullivan. But I'm almost positive. I mean, we talked to him, everything was cool, and he wants to do it, but he wants to meet his tax guy first to get his taxes done. He's self-employed, went back to that, so.
And then Devin Sanders, you said?
Oh yeah, and Devin, yes. Devin Sanders is under our application, and you submitted him, right?
So 5.
5.
Got it.
You're the bomb.com, brother.
Not bad. Okay.
Got to put the money in the bank so we can get going.
Yeah.
I want to do this marketing gig.
Man.
So can you explain to me what the next phase is here? What we do next?
Yeah, so the next phase is this. We ideally we were hoping to start the ads, right? So we've kind of run through, because we still have probably another 100. We're not even done with your past clients.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we're not even done with those. So
keep hammering.
Well, yeah, we're going to. We're going to.
But if you can get that thing fixed on your phone, I don't know why that doesn't work, but it's never worked. I've never hit one, and I've had customers call me back. Hey, Mac, what's up? That's what happened with Andrew Sullivan. He called me. He actually called me after you didn't get connected, and Oh, what was that, Cindy?
Bro.
No,
For
Cindy Farrow, right? Cindy Farrow, we never hooked up with, but she's another one that called me directly right afterwards.
Mm.
And I'm almost positive once we hook up, we'll get her under application. And like I said, I'll be upfront with you, Raphael. If we app them, I'll let you know. If I do pull,
Yeah,
I'll let you know. So
it's fine. Like, so basically, like right now, we sent over 14 total.
okay,
So if you've apped 5, that's about 33%. I'm just going to round up, right?
and that's about what you were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, just about. You're going to want a minimum of 20%. So you're in the clear, but we're not done yet, right? So the idea was, anywhere from 8, 10, 15 deals from
Well, just in
Justin.
that list alone that you just went over, I know we're going to get some more. So
Well, that's the idea, right? So I want to make sure that we're on track with that, because that list, I think we've pretty much done 200. So you should have 5 to 10 from there, is what I'm expecting. Right. And then I think we have 100 more, but we've held off on those because there's a balance. I think the last 5 transfers we failed the bill. So we're not basically going to run the ads because that's again going to kind of compile it. I'd love to start the ads as soon as possible, but what we're going to do is, yeah, well, you have stuff here that it's like, hey, look, we don't have to spend money on ad budget. Like I know the initial, the initial fee, the 4,000, that's kind of what capped it, right? So I'm not too worried about that. What I'd like to do is, hey, we're going to keep sending them your way. We're just going to kind of keep a tab, right? You have 5 open right now. Once we're able to clear that, just let us know.
gotcha.
We're going to continue to work through what we've sent out already. So we're not going to stop anything.
Perfect.
Okay, so because like even today you got one, right? Or you should have got one today.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to send those, but we've got your, I don't know, I want to say 100, maybe 125, maybe 150. I don't know the exact number, but we haven't finished. And then we have your leads, which we haven't even touched. Or maybe we sent out some, I don't know. But then once we finish those, then we finish past clients, we finish the leads, then we can start to say, hey, look, now let's start to kind of put money into ads.
Gotcha.
And then
When
that
you're
way,
talking ad spend, what are you talking about? How much a month?
like $50 a day minimum, and we kind of scale up from there. The idea though is because it's purchased off the internet, you need a minimum of like 60 to 90 days, even up to 120 days for certain scenarios before you start to hit that like funding. So what we try to do is say, hey, look, let's go after past clients, your leads, your existing database in the front end. And then what that allows us to do is say, hey, look, now he's sitting on this pile of cash that it's not constantly bleeding as we're spending money, where you see the applications come in, but nothing funds for 60, 90, 120 days. So you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of like cash before the end comes.
Well, see, that's what we're expecting about 1,500 a month in ad spend, and that's about what we're anticipating. Now, those will funnel through you through the call center first, and then circle around towards us, right?
Yeah. So we're not going to force call them. So the force call is that weird the little, hey, it's so and so with the mortgage machine. Press 1 to connect. We're just doing that because that's your past clients.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it just makes a lot of sense to just connect you directly, right? Whereas, a lead, we're going to work it. So you're not going to get that straight call from lead to you because there's no filter.
Okay.
Past clients, we skip it sometimes just because, hey, let's see if we can connect them with as many people as possible.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're sitting in just kind of like a holding zone where we're going to continue to do what everybody that we've pushed through there is going to kind of stay in cycle. So if you notice, we haven't pretty much ran anything in like a week, but they're still coming in.
Oh yeah.
And that's typical, right? So even if we run a blast, I mean, we'll call them for, I don't know, a couple months until they answer, right?
So if I don't get connected on that, press 1, just circle back and call the person right back. Hey, I'm handing you so-and-so, like you handed me Daniel Trujillo today. he's a great lead. I haven't talked to that guy in 5 years. I forgot all about him. So in fact, I gave it to EJ. And EJ, did you reach out to me yet? Or? He hasn't gotten a hold of me. He's a nurse for the VA over there in Kingman, Arizona, but super nice guy. So
yeah, you can definitely see that we'll continue to work them. So it might probably start to slow down if we're kind of getting a hold of everybody, which I think on yours, we've probably, out of 14, we've probably gotten a hold of quite a few of them, right? I think you're in like the 50 percentile, something like that.
So am I about average from what you saw as far as the database?
As far as the response rate, yeah. You're pretty typical. If you get into the 10 deal range with just this set, then you're going to be in the higher end, right? Like I was saying, 3 to 5 is going to be kind of the standard, right? So
Gotcha.
for every 100, so if you're getting, right now, you're just kind of in the average section where it's like, hey, you got like 5 or 6 deals, right? But you're telling me you have more coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of in that 3 range per 100. But if you get into 5 per 100, the 6 per 100, 7 per 100, now we're kind of like rocking and rolling where you're like, all right, this guy's killing it. But yeah,
your goal is basically to push me and my son to a certain point of income, annual income, gross. And you obviously are saying, hey, then we're going to get a percentage of that. So the higher you drive me, the more you drive you.
I mean, it's the balancing act is this. It's hard to max out somebody's credit card and still get them to answer your call and like talking to you.
Well, I get you, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, look, if the money's there, everybody's happy. That's how the longevity of this goes. It's kind of like, hey, look, on the front end, we'll do pretty much all of the marketing, all of the working of the leads, and we're just hoping to find people who can close.
Well, I think what I'll do then is I'm just going to shut everything down on my card. I was getting a bunch of extra stuff, getting talked into, like we dumped Loan Sifter, we dumped a lot of stuff that was just unnecessary. My CRM is paid for the year, so I don't have to ever plug any more money into that. The only thing I would get charged for is if we ever start doing texting or calling out of there, it's dirt cheap. It's like
we do that for you. We're also
exactly. So I need to do that.
Whatever list you were going to do, and we'll just do that.
Gotcha.
The texting, the calling, all of that is free. There's no extra charge. We actually do use a CRM for you on the back end. We just don't make you use it.
So once I get caught up with my card, that was another call. That's Ed Little. I apped him. I forgot. Yeah, I just remembered that. That Gene.
Oh, so you're at 6. Okay.
Yeah, Ed Little. I forgot all about that. I got to call him back. I've got him calendared here, but I forgot because he's apped everything. Oh, he's going to do his taxes. So he's going to do his taxes. So,
more people doing tax. Okay. So that's not bad, 2 weeks.
I gave him the figure that he had to come up with. He said, I'll meet with his accountant and do it. He was really excited because he was working with some other idiot and she couldn't get it done. I'm like, oh, we can easily get this done. So he's all excited. So Ed Little. And you dug that one out. I totally pre-qualified him like a year ago and totally dropped the ball on it. Just totally forgot all about him. So
has it been 2 weeks or is it months already?
So I pay my card down. I give you the green light, pay back the $150 a piece for the apps that we've done, and then we start marketing.
Well, no, we're just going to continue to finish. So look, the way you're again, your past clients, right now, what we're doing is we're trying to stack, right? We want to put you in a position where it's like, hey, look, you got 30 grand, 40 grand sitting in there. Now you can afford to run advertising.
I got you. Okay.
The problem with people, they try to run advertising, they don't have enough money. So what happens, they end up giving it to some person who wants $4 grand a month, and they don't understand because the person hasn't told them, hey, look, no matter what, if you're looking at purchases, you're 60, 90, 120 days out. So by the time you're like 3 months in, you don't have any more money, you don't have anything going, the guy's taking all your money, right? Then it's, oh, it doesn't work. So we want to kind of build up this cushion. So you're kind of running your ads from there and you're not kind of coming out of pocket.
So I may have to keep my American Express at $5,000 then, is what you're saying, to keep, so I don't run into this problem, correct?
Not necessarily. The $4,000 is a one-time thing.
But what I'm saying is, once the ad spend's going and the 150 starts popping, it can rack up again pretty fast, but we've got the money there. So you're saying the money's in the account, so we're okay, right?
Yeah. So the idea here is like, yes, if I can get you to say, hey, look, we're seeing the numbers and we've built this machine for you, Mac, that when you put $1 in, you get $6 out. I'm going to say, hey, throw a bunch of money into it.
Do the math, dumbass. Do the math. It's like,
money, but that's the proof. That's the way that I like, because basically we get paid on commission, right? So if we only have a small amount of opportunity, right, it doesn't turn into a very lucrative thing, right?
How many accounts do you have now?
I mean,
how many McDonald's do you have?
Quite a few. I mean, last year we worked with almost 700 and something officers. Yeah.
And how much did you weed out of that, though? I thought you got rid of a lot of people.
Oh, a lot of, well, I mean, we had a team of almost 16, 17.
Wow.
Right, that were in-house. Now we've kind of moved them outside to like outside sales. So they're all remote. Gosh, I mean, we still have our first client.
Really, that's awesome.
Yeah. Dave.
Those testimonies are for real. They're not bullshit. They're actually people that you've engaged with. It works, and the whole system. So this is not something new. This is something tried and tested, and you know how it works then.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, obviously we're always iterating on it and kind of improving on it, but yeah. Like I told you, by the time that I sign you up for free, like I already know I'm going to make money.
Gotcha.
It's not a risky endeavor. Like I'm not betting 50% of my people my clients that I bring in, we're going to fail for, right? Otherwise that doesn't work.
If you have a brand new LO though, that wouldn't work for you guys, would it? I mean, a guy that no database, no nothing.
We still run ads. Yeah.
Really? But he'll just have to realize that 90 days down the road, it's going to take you a while to get some money in your pocket.
No, because we can also use referral partners.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the other thing. So like most of the time when you encounter somebody, like they only use like one tool, like they got one strategy, right? So it's like if you were brand new, like let's say your son, right? He doesn't have anybody. We'd go try to build referral partners and get them to hand over their database.
Gotcha. I'm trying to get him his own card because he's new. He was licensed last June. So they want him to have a year under his belt. Otherwise he has to drop $2,000 down. And we're probably going to end up doing that here probably this month or next month. And that way some of these can filter to him, and then he can also pay for his ad spends and stuff through us, because we're a team, like I said. So, I mean, but I told him, I said, look, the numbers I was making before he came on board, I was doing 10, 15 loans a month. I mean, and I'm not a greedy guy, but that was good money. I was happy, I wanted to go higher, and I want to get a team. In fact, I'm training a girl right now to be our processor. So I think we'll be able to cover that and get bigger and bigger and bigger. But the bottom line is I want to create my own little branch, if you will,
yeah,
of people.
Of course.
And, part of working with me, yeah, it's fine, but you're not going to get the full percentage of your deal if you work with me, because I'm going to give you leads, but you're going to earn them. So you got to pay. It ain't free, pal.
Nothing's free, right? If he wants to kind of start something that can give him a little bit of traction to gain that bankroll, that's tell him to put together a list of CPAs in the area for me. CPAs and insurance brokers. Forget realtors, right? They're all hot shit, quote unquote, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're the top of the food chain, right? Tell them to put together a list of property and casualty insurance brokers and a list of CPAs. We'll throw a campaign together for him and see if we can't collect a database or two. All of a sudden now he's
I know our guy Andrew works with us. He's a broker, and we're good friends with him. We send him a ton of business, so I'm sure that'd be an easy one.
Broker, you said?
Yeah, he's an insurance broker.
Yeah, if do you, those work really well, especially if he has a lot of homeowners policies inside of his book.
Well, he's
Um,
huge. That's all he has. Homeowners policies and auto. That's pretty much all they do. They have some life stuff they offer on the side, but that's just a follow up down the road. Their bread and butter is homeowners insurance. So
Perfect, right? There's going to be a package to save money. Same thing with CPAs, right? CPAs are really hot right now in tax time. To help them sell more tax planning, right? Part of the plan is refinance.
yeah, I think they'll get a list like that. I mean, do you need a lot of each one or just a couple good ballers that are pretty good?
I would say $10, right?
Gotcha.
It's going to be just as hard to work with small potatoes as it is big ones, right?
Gotcha. The
The
CPA
offers-
wouldn't be tough. The insurance broker, we get cards all the time from brokers. We don't deal with an agent per se, a State Farm guy, because they're just not they don't work for us. They're usually the premiums are way too high. Brokers have huge databases and they also have tons and tons of clients. So it's
If
like,
you have a guy already,
yeah,
just talk to him, right? See if he's open. Hey, look, we're doing this new marketing thing. Here's the results that we got. It's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks. You got like 6 deals already, plus whatever's in the pipeline. You just share your results. We say, hey, do you want to run a co-marketing campaign with us?
I should, because I just sent him 3 leads of the ones that you applied. I looked at their insurance premium, spending way too much money, and I just sent him there for a quote. And I know he'll kill them. He'll annihilate their rate. So that'd be an easy handoff to have. So basically, I'm just telling him, hey, if you let Raphael have access to your database or send him in your database, he can work it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, we don't really pitch it like that. Just say, hey, look, do you want to do a co-marketing campaign? And then just be like, okay, great. I'll connect you with somebody, and then get
Okay.
to us, right?
Yeah.
So
And then you take it from there.
yeah, don't worry about like database this or how you're doing it and this and that. Because you're like, hey, those 3 deals that I sent you, right? That came from these marketing campaigns. Do you want to jump in on a co-marketing thing? Right? These guys have a marketing team, a sales team that we've been working with that have been getting us these X results or whatever, right? And then if he says, yeah, just shoot me an email and we'll connect with them for you.
Gotcha.
So once that happens, because again, we're going to make money off of working their stuff. So
Gotcha.
send them our way. We'll collect it from them. We'll do everything on you guys' behalf. And then, yeah, it's pretty much going to be the same thing as the list of leads you sent us. I think you sent us a couple hundred, right?
Yes.
So we
There's like
those.
500. There's more than that. There's a lot of them in there. Those leads, those are all realtor.com and a few Zillow leads, but
Yeah.
realtor.com.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would say is it looks like you guys have a ton of, I'd love to get the ads started because those are the longest, slowest process. But if we're kind of confined, you're still stuck in a sweet spot where it's the most profitable, lowest hanging fruit.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you just want to let me know when we're clear to kind of run some more?
I'll just send you a text on that number you get and say, hey, we're good to go. So
Do you have an idea of how many days?
should be like, I would imagine, I just sent him an email. Let me see if he responded. Maybe he responded. Nope, not yet. Payday is Friday. That's usually the first of the month is when they pay all your bills because then everything follows in after that. So that's when my American Express is due. I would imagine, I have 2 closings this week, and if I get them, I'm going to do a supplementary check, and I know they're going to snag the rest of the money out of there. So I would imagine by early next week, everything will be paid off and down to 0. And I'm just going to tell them, all right, here we go. So, and then I'll let you know, and then you can just hit it for that and then run the next campaign. So
Yeah. So just curious, do you have an idea of how much you guys are going to pull, like just so I can have an ROI standing, like to make sure that we're on track? Obviously you're a broker. I know you make probably broker pay.
yeah.
Do you have an idea of how much commission you guys are going to pull in right now?
2% on average on everything. Everything's been lower. We were at 2.75 for a while, but everything else, they lowered everything to make us competitive on rates right now. So across the board, we're at 2%. So
Okay, so out of, is it 6 deals or 5 that you have? I'm trying to run the
out
number.
of 5 deals that we have, 6 potentially with Andrew Sullivan, if that happens. Yeah, you're looking at like, I'm just saying on average, 250,000 per deal. You know, I don't think any of them were small ones. So 250,000 times, you know, do the math times the 5 times 2%. So that's about where we'll be at.
So 200 basis.
Plus we have our other pipeline. Like right now, my pipeline is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 in my pipeline. 1, 2, 3. 3 are going to close within the next few days for me. And then he's about in the same boat. He's got some closings coming in. So, I mean, I'll have about 15,000 closed here real soon in business. And then we should be okay. So.
Oh, no, I meant like, so out of the 10 that are in your pipeline, 5 of them are from us. Is that what you're saying? Or
The ones that are in my pipeline right now, Swaney's from you guys. No. Campbell, no. Torte, no. Bullet, no. I think most of them are what EJ has. He has Pharrell. Who's in your pipeline that you closed from these? Again, you got Pharrell. Who else?
I haven't closed Pharrell. He's still working on doing his taxes.
But I mean, they're talking apt. How many do you have in your pipeline right now?
Just Pharrell and.
No, I mean, not from them, total in your pipeline.
Like, what do you mean, like in process or what?
Yeah, deals that you've submitted for to get them done.
I
Rather
got 9 deals that I'm working on doing now.
so he's about 9. So I don't know how many of those are through. I'll look through. I'll count the numbers, but I know we have.
I only have one that's from.
Yeah, Ed Little. I just have got to follow up on.
Sanders is the only one.
Devin Sanders is another one of his. Andrew Sullivan, EJ's. I gave him to
Sullivan,
EJ.
Pharrell, and Miller. Those ones I'm supposed to call it.
Yeah. So and then Trujillo, right?
Yeah.
And
And I
then
just called Trujillo.
Again?
Yeah, I just talked to him.
What do you say?
He's thinking about selling or and buying over here on the east side. But he's definitely gonna use you because you're his guy, he said.
Oh,
But,
cool. Trujillo, good job. Thanks.
Oh, so
So it'll be a purchase. So that'll be a good one.
Well, he's
So
not sure though. He's trying to decide what he wants to do with it. I'm like, dude, if you're thinking about relocating, now's the time to sell and relocate.
does he still live in
He
Kingman?
thinks the market's gonna crash, then he could take his $100,000 and go buy 2 other houses. No, he lives in Avondale.
It's not gonna crash. It's me slow down, but
And
it's
he
not
said all
gonna
his neighbors
crash.
in California people
Yeah.
don't live there anymore.
What was that?
He said all his neighbors are Californians. He doesn't want to live there anymore. He wants to move out.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, in answer to your question, if once those all come in, the pipeline wise, I'm just gonna say 2 times, I'm gonna say 6 for now. 100. That's 30 grand.
So about 30 grand since the 17th.
Just exactly like what you were saying. So, exactly like you were saying. They've lowered the commission on everything across the board about a year ago in this industry. We used to be at full comp, which is 2.75. But if you're at 2.75 in my business from a broker standpoint, you're not competitive.
Yeah, especially not in Arizona.
Yeah, not in Arizona. And when your price points are low, you know, you got to be competitive in this business because people are rate shoppers, especially the ones with the good credit scores. And so when you can sit there and throw Rocket in their face, Rocket Mortgage, you can throw UWM, I can pretty much beat anybody. I mean, like I said, I flipped it around. I was surprised today. I went to Stearns on another company. I mean, Rocket was terrible on their pricing. UWM was terrible. So I just flipped it over to Stearns and boom, 3.375 on a cash out refi.
Hmm.
on a 706 mid FICO, which is not the greatest of mid FICOs. It's like, I'm like, dude, if this was a year ago, you would be paying 4.5 for that rate. So it's like, it's crazy.
All right, not bad. Okay, cool. So we are on track, right? It's about 30, about 2 weeks, and you still have more potential. Yeah, let's rock and roll then. Great. If we're right on track there, I'd love to run the rest of them. I mean, I think realistically, if we could get to 50 before we even spend a dime on ads,
No, we'd be happy as hell, bro.
we'd be in good shape, right?
Yeah, I think we'll get there. Like I said, I'm an open book. I can give you access to whatever you want to see. So I'll show you when I get an application. But I mean, I want to get it up there as high as possible.
Yeah, I mean, just keeping track is all I need you to do. Obviously, you're doing your thing. But if we can keep track of like, hey, look, here's the real number of applications without having to dive in every time, it gives us quick feedback. I'm just looking, hey, how many applications are we at now? What's the ROI? Or so that way I can calculate the ROI and then just make sure that we're on track. Because again, if you end up with, if you're at 30 now, you end up with 50 or 75. By the time we roll into ads, you're going to be in good shape.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
Cool, brother.
So, awesome, Mac.
I'll circle back with you early next week when I get paid. So yeah. I'll circle back when that's paid down, and then we'll just tell you thumbs up, charge us, and then keep it going. So
cool. Awesome, guys. Enjoy the week.
All right, bye. You too, man. Talk to you later.